Welcome to the course Electronic Circuits 1, Unit 4. Now we'll see the effect of coupling and a bypass capacitor at low frequency. In the last lecture, we have seen the effect of input coupling capacitor. So in this lecture, we will see the effect of output coupling capacitor as well as the bypass capacitor. Okay, so first we'll see the effect of bypass capacitor. If we consider the bypass capacitor, then we have to remove the effect of coupling capacitor 1 and 2. That means we have to short circuit this input coupling capacitance and output coupling capacitor. Okay, once after short circuiting, then we will have only this capacitance. Then for that we have to draw the pi model. Okay, if you draw, then this is RS, RB, and R pi, and this structure will come. RE is there because C is there. So this is IB current flow, and this is IE current flow. This is collector current, that is represented in terms of voltage controlled current source, that is GM into V pi, and then RC in parallel with RL. The effect of output capacitor also removed. Okay, now you know the IB and IE is related. IE is equal to IB into 1 plus beta, and then RE is equal to R pi divided by 1 plus beta. Okay, so RE is much smaller than R pi. And when we want to find out the time constant for the circuit, okay, because the capacitor is the midway between the input and output, so we cannot easily find out. In the last case, the capacitor was only here. Now the capacitor is in the midway. That means we have to map this. Okay, we have to map this. We have to modify this. Okay, so once if you short circuit this RS and RB will become in parallel. That is RS, RB in parallel, and then this is short circuited. Okay, then you have to open circuit the capacitor, and you have to see the resistance from this capacitance that we are seeing here. Resistance looking from the capacitor after opening the capacitance. Okay, then once if you see the resistance, that resistance is called R equivalent. So this two will become in parallel, then that will become in series with this one. But here we have to do some mapping because IB, IE is related, IE, IB is related in this way. So we have to scale down the resistance RS parallel with RB by 1 plus beta, and also R pi with respect to 1 plus beta. Now these two resistance comes in series, then and again the combination of these two will become parallel with RE. Parallel with RE, then you can easily find out what is R equivalent. Then you know what is C. C in this case is simply CE. Okay, C in this case is simply CE. Okay, now what is R equivalent? What is R equivalent? The R equivalent is equal to, okay, R equivalent is equal to this RS parallel with RB divided by 1 plus beta plus R pi divided by 1 plus beta. This R pi divided by 1 plus beta can be replaced with RE. So this can be written as RS in parallel with RB divided by 1 plus beta plus simply RE. Okay, now the time constant of the circuit tau is equal to, okay, time constant of the circuit tau is equal to R equivalent into CE. Okay, now the cutoff frequency, okay, the lower cutoff frequency due to the capacitance CE capacitance is equal to 1 by 2 pi tau. Okay, that is 1 by 2 pi. Okay, tau is equal to R equivalent into C. Tau is equal to R equivalent into C. Then you know what is R equivalent. Now the R equivalent is simply RE plus RS in parallel with RB divided by 1 plus beta. Now this is the once if you substitute this R equivalent value here, then you'll get the corresponding lower cutoff frequency. Okay, then what is the effect of output coupling capacitor? What is the effect of output coupling capacitor? And I think we made one mistake here. We have calculated this RS parallel with RB divided by 1 plus beta. Okay, we have just added these two, then that will become in parallel with RE. Okay, that will become in parallel with RE. So we have to write down here in parallel with RE. Similarly, that also will come here also in parallel with RE. Okay, so you have to substitute entire RE equation here. Then now you will get the corresponding lower cutoff frequency. Next one is effect of output coupling capacitor. Once if you consider the output coupling capacitor, then you have to remove the effect of input coupling capacitor as well as the bypass capacitor. Once if capacitor is short circuited, then you can remove RE. Okay, you can write like this and remove the effect of DC sources. That's why this is short circuited. This is RC, RL, and then this is RS and RB. Now, once if you represent this diagram in terms of pi model, okay, pi model that comes like this, okay, RS, RB, and then R pi, V pi, and this is short circuited. Okay, this is GM into V pi. Okay, this current source is GM into V pi, GM into V pi. This is RC and this is CC2, this is RL, because here in between the collector and the output point you are having coupling capacitor 2. Okay, so this is the collector terminal. Okay, collector terminal. In between the collector terminal and output terminal you are having coupling capacitor 2. This is the base terminal. Okay, this is the emitter terminal. This is the emitter terminal. Okay, now uh, now first we'll find out what is the voltage gain. What is the voltage gain? Before that, what is the effect of this source voltage? Now the source voltage will be here. What is the effect of source voltage at the input side, at the input of the transistor? Okay, that means V pi you have to calculate. Here it is grounded, so this input part can be separately analyzed. Okay, so simply you can apply the voltage division rule. Okay, voltage division rule, and again RB is in parallel with R pi. Okay, so whatever the voltage present here, same will appear here. So that means we have to consider the parallel combination. Now the V pi voltage, okay, V pi voltage, V pi, the voltage across R pi is equal to V pi, that depends on source voltage. Okay, then what is this resistance value? Okay, that resistance value is RB in parallel with R pi, then what is the overall resistance? Is the overall resistance? The overall resistance is RS plus this parallel combination, RS plus RB parallel R pi, RB parallel R pi. Okay. Now, what is V naught? Okay, V naught means now finally some current will flow here. Okay, that I2 into RL is V naught. Say for example, if I assume the current finally some current is flowing here, that current is say some I2, the current at the output side I'm taking. That may not that is not equal to the collector current. Okay, that we have to see really what is I2. Okay, so V naught V naught is equal to I2 into RL, I2 into RL. Now we have to calculate what is I2. Okay, now some current is there. Okay, again the current is going in the opposite direction. That's okay. So we can put one minus there. Then this current is divided across this branch and this branch. So now we have to apply the current division rule. We have to apply the current division rule. We need the current across this division. So opposite resistance divided by total resistance. Okay, now we have to apply the current division rule. Okay, now once if you apply the current division rule, that I2 is equal to minus Gm into V pi, because current is going downwards, but we need the current upwards. So we can put one minus Gm V pi. Then opposite resistance. Okay, opposite resistance to this branch is RC. Opposite resistance is RC. Okay, divided by total resistance. Now RC plus what is this resistance? Okay, what is this resistance? That is RL plus again impedance provided by this capacitance is 1 by C2. Yes, C2. Okay, then I2 into RL is there. So finally one RL also will come. Okay, in the numerator, finally RL is there. Now we have to modify this equation. Okay, or otherwise again we have to substitute the V pi, because V pi is we have derived in terms of Vs and resistance. Okay, instead of V pi we can derive this. We can substitute this one in this equation V pi. So once if you substitute, okay, once if you substitute V pi value, then your V naught will be minus Gm Vs RB parallel R pi divided by RS plus RB parallel R pi RC RL divided by RC plus RL plus 1 by SC C2 SEC2. Okay. Now again we have to make some adjustment. Now finally we want voltage gain AV. AV means V naught divided by Vs. That this Vs we can take to the denominator in the next opposite side. So V naught divided by Vs. Then finally minus GM RC parallel RL RC into RL and RB in parallel with R pi divided by RS plus RB parallel with R pi. Okay, then RC plus RL plus 1 by SC C2. Okay, then now I will make some adjustment here. Okay, what I will do, I will multiply RC plus RL both in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Now say this can be modified like this, minus GM, okay, RB parallel R pi, okay, RB parallel R pi minus GM RB parallel R pi into RC into RL, RC into RL, okay, then divided by this one RS plus RB parallel R pi. Okay, then what I'm going to do, I will multiply and divide by RC plus RL, okay, both in numerator and denominator. Say in the numerator I'm adding RC plus RL, and then in the denominator also I'm adding RC plus RL. Then once if I modify this one, this SE2 will come up. Okay, this yes, okay, yes, C2 will come up. Then this one is 1 plus SC C2, 1 plus SC C2 RC plus RL. Okay, now what is happening? Okay, now okay, what is happening if you see properly? Okay, see, this is like S into tau divided by 1 plus S tau. S into tau divided by 1 plus S tau. Now, what is tau? Tau is equal to, okay, tau is equal to CC2, okay, RC plus R. Tau should be always in the format of RC. Okay, tau is equal to CC2, RC plus R. Again, here we are having some gain terms. That's okay. Okay, now what we are getting, the AV is finally some gain terms, that is minus GM RB parallel R pi, okay, RC into RL, okay, divided by RB parallel R pi plus R signal, okay, plus R signal, and then RC plus RL. Okay, this I can write like S tau divided by 1 plus S tau. Okay, now what is the nature of this filter? Okay, S tau divided by 1 plus S tau. Again, some terms are there, gain terms. Okay, see, it is independent of frequency. Okay, only this depends on frequency. Now I'll analyze this nature. Okay, S tau divided by 1 plus S tau. Okay, S tau divided by 1 plus S tau. Okay, when S is equal to 0, okay, what is happening when S is equal to 0? I'm going to analyze the nature of this one only. Okay, when S is equal to 0, okay, 0 divided by, when at low frequency, okay, when S is equal to 0, the function is 0. At low frequency, this is 0. When S is equal to very high, okay, then it will provide some gain. This will give you some answer. Okay, because you have to modify this equation, then you'll get some answer. That means it is acting as a high pass filter nature. Okay, high pass filter. Okay, generally what is the high pass filter, then it's going like this. Okay, it's going like this, high pass filter. Then it will have lower cutoff frequency. Okay, that high pass filter will have lower cutoff frequency. Okay, then what is that cutoff frequency? That cutoff frequency FL due to CC2 is 1 by 2 pi tau. Now what is tau? Tau we have written here. Tau is CC2 RC plus RL. Okay, 1 by 2 pi. Okay, 1 by 2 pi RC plus RL into CC2. Okay, this is the cutoff frequency, lower cutoff frequency due to the coupling capacitor. Coupling capacitor. Now we'll compare the cutoff frequency of all the capacitor. First, we have analyzed the cutoff frequency for input coupling capacitor in the last lecture. That is 1 by 2 pi RB parallel R pi plus RS into CC1. Okay, now what is the cutoff frequency due to the emitter bypass capacitor? That is 1 by 2 pi RB parallel RI. Okay, RB parallel RI divided by 1 plus beta. Okay, divided by 1 plus beta in parallel with, okay, in parallel with RE, again finally with the product with C. Okay, finally with the product with C. Okay, then what is the cutoff frequency due to output coupling capacitor? Output coupling capacitor CC2, just now we have seen, that is simply 1 by 2 pi RC plus RL into CC2. Okay, now see, among these three cutoff frequency, which is lower, which is higher, which one is medium? Okay, see, this capacitor CC1, CE, CC2 that we are connecting, okay, then that resistance is also coming into the picture. Once if you observe this, out of all, okay, which resistor combination is providing very low resistance? Say for example, you know, RE is very, very low because RE is equal to R pi divided by 1 plus beta. That means what RE is very, very low. And also, you know, when you take the parallel combination, okay, the resistance will be lowest, the final resistance will be lowest of the lowest resistance available. And that too, you are dividing with 1 plus beta. Again, this resistance will be small, small plus small is small. Then you are making parallel combination with some other resistance. Then finally, small parallel with some resistance will be finally small only. Okay, so you are getting very, very small value in this case. Okay, in the denominator, if you are getting very small value, then in the numerator, you'll get very high value. So this cutoff frequency will be very, very high as compared to all the three cutoff frequency. Then what about this? Here, simply you are adding two resistance. Okay, when you add two resistance, finally the total resistance will be very, very high. Once if the denominator is high, then overall function is very, very low. So it will provide very low cutoff frequency. Then here you are in between, then it will provide a medium cutoff frequency. It will provide medium cutoff frequency. Then, okay, once if you draw all these things, okay, say I'm going to draw in a common diagram graph. Say if this is like this, if I compare, okay, I'm comparing all the three. Okay, now this is the frequency axis. Okay, again in the log scale. Now what happens again? This is a gain. It's function of frequency. Once if you draw this, okay, see, it will go like this. Okay, like this. Then it will go like this. Okay, it will go like this. Okay, finally it goes like this. Okay, what is happening in this process? Okay, you are getting many curves. Okay, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and again after some time you are getting here like this. Now, if you observe properly, okay, this is one cutoff frequency. This is one cutoff frequency. This is another cutoff frequency. This is another cutoff frequency. Then which one is very, very low? This one is very, very low. Okay, coupling capacitor CC2. Okay, which is high? CC1 is high. Then in the middle, bypass capacitor comes. Okay, then I note down here. Okay, this is FL due to CC2. This is again okay, so CC2 providing very low cutoff frequency, then CC1 is medium cutoff frequency, then cutoff frequency due to bypass capacitor is high. Now, then 3 dB frequency. Once if you know the maximum gain, you can calculate the 3 dB frequency. Once if you find out the 3 dB cutoff frequency, the 3 dB cutoff frequency is matching with the cutoff frequency of cutoff frequency due to emitter bypass capacitor. Okay, emitter bypass capacitor. That means what? Among all the cutoff frequency, which is giving you the 3 dB cutoff frequency, the highest cutoff frequency is equal to the 3 dB cutoff frequency. Whenever you have 3 dB reduction in gain, then that frequency is called cutoff frequency. So finally, what is the conclusion? The 3 dB frequency FL, okay, 3 dB lower cutoff frequency, 3 dB lower cutoff frequency of high pass filter nature FL, that in low frequency analysis is FL is highest of all break frequencies, highest of all break frequency, because the gain is changing at this frequency. Exactly, that's why this is called as break frequency of all break frequencies. Okay, break frequencies. Okay, that is due to the bypass capacitor. That is due to the bypass capacitor. That cutoff frequency is due to the bypass capacitor. Okay. Okay. Finally, we have concluded what we have separately analyzed the cutoff frequency. Okay, in low frequency analysis, what is the cutoff frequency? Separately, we have analyzed what is the cutoff frequency due to coupling capacitor 1, coupling capacitor 2, as well as the emitter bypass capacitor. Then finally, we have concluded, even though there is 3 cutoff frequencies, what is important? The cutoff frequency due to bypass capacitor is important, because most often we'll be finding the 3 dB cutoff frequency. That 3 dB cutoff frequency is matching with the cutoff frequency due to coupling emitter bypass capacitor. So finally, what is important? We should know how to calculate the cutoff frequency due to the emitter bypass capacitor, because 3 dB frequency FL, 3 dB cutoff frequency, lower cutoff frequency FL is highest of all break frequencies, that is bypass capacitor. Thank you.